Yeah, so the first thing I got are my, these are, I think, aftermarket new hubcaps. Now, when I compare those to the ones on the bus, which are actual Volkswagen ones, and I think these are a little bit thicker metal. They're a little duller, obviously, because they're not new, but I got lucky in getting those. These ones here, they look pretty good, and they're not quite as thin a metal as I was fearing, so I think that they look pretty good. So that's my first thing. The second thing is I got my fuse box clip, which is this one. So that clips in there, you kind of bend it, and then it holds down the fuse box here. Now, one issue that I have is that I have the fuse box lid here, and then when I put this in, it doesn't actually click into place, because it's almost like the framework for the lid is too small, so it doesn't click into place. So I have to come up with some kind of a little solution so that this will click into place. I don't know, maybe somebody has an idea about that. So there's that. Next, put on my headlight assemblies. So, well, you can see it looks like I scratched something there. That's too bad, but generally speaking, I'm happy to have the headlights in. I got my, so steering box is in. This is all adjusted. I need to replace the master cylinder. I have the fuel gauge in. I had broken this plastic glove box here when I tried to strap it in. See, it just snapped because it's cold weather and that's a brittle plastic. So what I did is instead I bought the, this was more of like a cardboard one. It almost feels like it has a kind of a velour interior. It's a lighter color, kind of, it's almost like it's fuzzy on the inside, and I just thought that maybe that one wouldn't break when I tighten this, although it needs a pretty long screw, clearly, because this, for whatever reason, I have it shoved all the way in there, but this still has about almost an inch probably to go, so I just need a screw that doesn't have to tighten all the way down. So there's that. The next thing, I had those 3-inch or almost 3-inch holes here on the inside fenders, inside of the wheels. Now this is going to be covered by carpet, so I don't really care. What I did is I took this really thick steel bar here, and you can see all the dust there. I cut 2 circles that were 3-inch circles. Then I welded them in place here. Let's see if it's possible to see what I did. I welded them to the wheel side of the wheel well here. You can see how that's a kind of a thick piece of steel in there. And then after I welded it, what happened was that it started burning my seam sealer that I had put in here. So you can see the smoke. It was just burning up as I was welding, and I was like, oh God, great. But eventually I got it welded in place. It wasn't going anywhere, and then I covered it with fiberglass, and I'll sand it down and paint it black just to match the interior here, and eventually nobody's gonna care or see it or anything, but for the time being, this is what it looks like for right now. I need to sand this down. On the inside, I have on both sides these like really messy fiberglass patches here and over there, and some burnt spots, which I'll have to sand down. I'll probably kind of get a sanding sponge, wet sanded, and then I'm gonna have to probably, use some more Lotus White on that. I patched over another hole that I found here. But, this is just kind of a keep repeating, and eventually this is gonna come out okay. I ordered a steering wheel, and that is on the way. It's a black steering wheel with a ring on the underside for the horn. So I don't think it's consistent with 61, but I don't really care because that's the steering wheel I like the best. Again, I have to figure out if I need a hazard light for that. I'm not sure if that hole is somebody else put that in or what. And this one here, probably what I'm going to do is put a cigarette lighter because I ordered it. So there's that. The other thing I did is I ordered 2 little rubber grommets or stoppers for this. These ones here, it's just nice to be complete. So they go in, and that supposedly stops. I don't even know if it touches anything. Let's see if we can see it. Probably doesn't even touch anything. But, you know, those are holes that were there anyway, so now they've got the rubber in them. So I've ordered the grommets for these the overrider bracket mounts, and so overall I think this is you know, it's an improvement. I needed to, you know, one way or another, I needed to plug these holes in here. I also saw that there's a little hole here up above the steering column, and there's a little rubber stopper that goes there, so I need to get that. Not sure what that hole is right there. And I need the screws to put my brights thing in there. They seem like they're kind of longish screws that go in there. I don't really have any that match. But yeah, that's the progress. You can see my my fuse box here underneath, so I have the white and red fuses I can go ahead and put in, and then I have my wiring harness that I need to start figuring out. I saw that it goes up here and comes up over here. That's where it hits this light, so you can feed it through. Then it continues on down here, and it comes out in here, and that's where it's going to come down, probably in through that little hole right there. And then from there, I think it comes into this little grabber, and under here, then that's where all the wires come through. So, you know, that'll be the next phase of this is to get it wired up for the electricity. But yeah, for the time being, look at those wheels. It's looking good.